Counting in twos. In other words, the 2 times tables. This is really important. I've created a washing line and it's each got pairs of socks in them. Now this family is very organised because if you're anything like my family, we can't find any matching socks. They're always odd socks. But this family have got pairs of socks. And how many feet do you have? 2. So you need 2 socks for 1 pair of feet. So we've got 1 pair, another pair, and so on. All different colours, all nicely coordinated on the washing line. So to help us, we're going to count in twos. If I said to you how many socks are on the washing line, you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it takes a while. If you counted in twos, it would be it wouldn't be very quicker. It would be quicker for you to do. So we're going to do that together. So we've got 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 8, 10. Count with me. 12, 14, 16, 18. Remember, you're just counting in twos. 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, 24. Okay, but we're going to start here because we always start with 0. 0. Look, there's no pegs there. 0. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. That's counting upwards. Let's count backwards. 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 0. Well done. So these are all our pairs of socks hanging nicely on the washing line with some beautiful weather we're having. If I said to you, I've got 1 times 2. So 1 multiplied by 2. That's just like saying I've got 1 pair of socks. I've got 1 pair of socks, 1 times 2. And how many socks do we have if I've got 1 pair? 1, 2. I've got 2. 1 times 2 is 2. If I said to you now, I've got 2 times 2. So I've got 2 multiplied by 2. So I've got 1 pair of socks and I've got another pair of socks. So what's 2 times 2? We could do our 2 times tables. 2 times 2 is 2, 4. Or I could just count the socks. If I've got 2 pairings, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 times 2 is 4. Sometimes when we're doing multiplications, it's hard to do times tables all the time. But what multiplications are is the same as saying repeat addition. So 1 times 2 is the same as saying I've got 2. I've just got 2. I've got 1 group of 2. But 2 times 2 is the same as saying, and I'm going to get a different pencil for this because it's really important. 2 times 2 is the same as saying 2 plus 2 because you're adding 2 times. And 2 plus 2 equals 2, 3, 4. 4. 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is the same as saying I have got 3 pairs of socks. So let's count together. That's 1 pair of socks. That's 2 pairs of socks. And that's 3 pairs of socks. So how many do I have? I've got 6. I could just count in my times tables. 2, 4, 6. I could count the pairs of socks. 2, 4, 6. Or I could just add them together. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 times 2 is 6. If I was going to do the addition for it, 3 times 2, it's the same as saying 2 plus 2 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, because I've got 3 groups of them. I've got 3 lots of 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is, when we've worked it out, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. Oh, I've done the wrong colour pen, but that's okay. 4 times 2. What's 4 times 2? I could use my fingers. 2, 4, 6, 8. I could count the pairs of socks. 2, 4, 6, 8, because I've got 4 lots of my socks now. It's telling me I've got 4 here. Or I could just count on. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 times 2 is 8. It's the same as saying, for the addition, with the repeat addition, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8. So I've got 4 of these 2's adding together, because that's what times tables are. You'll just repeat addition. 5 times 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 pairs of socks. So my total number of socks I've got, if I've got 5 of them, is 10. I could count using my fingers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. It's the same as saying, here we go, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. How many 2's do you think I should have? If I've got 5 of them, how many 2's should I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right, because I've got 5 times 2. So I'm using repeat addition, and we've just found out that 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is 10. 6 times 2. Oh, the numbers are getting bigger. 6 times 2. How many pairs of socks do I have? I've got 6. So let's count the pairs of socks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many is that? 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I could use my fingers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 6 times 2 is 12. It's the same as saying, for the repeat addition, how many 2's am I going to have now? Let's see. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And why do I need 6? Because it's 6 times 2, and it is 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Well done, everybody. Keep going. 7 times 2. What's 7 times 2? I could count the pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The little green pair. 7 is 14. Okay, so I could count them together. Now I'm up in 2's. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I could use my fingers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 7 times 2 is 14. But if I was going to do the adding, so it's the same thing, but we're just adding this time. 7 times 2. How many 2's am I going to add together? 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's check. Am I looking for 7? Yes, I am. And that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 7 times 2 is 14. 8 times 2. Oh my goodness, the numbers are getting really big now. 8 times 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Am I right? Let's check if I've got 8 pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I've got 8 pairs of 2. And 8 times 2 is 16. I could count my fingers to help. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We were right. Now then, rather than do the repeated addition for this one, this time I'm going to draw dots to help me because sometimes this can help. I start off by drawing 8 lots of 2. So I've got 2 dots here, another 2 dots there. So I've got 4 now. They look like pig's noses. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many dots are in each? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I've got 8 times 2. And what you can do that way then is you just count how many dots you've got in total. You can count in ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Or you can count in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. It's a different way of showing 8 times 2, or a different way of working it out if you're struggling to use your fingers. You just draw 8 lots of 2 dots. We'll do that again for the 9 times 2. So 9 times 2. I could count the pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. I could count up in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I could use my fingers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. How many fingers am I holding up? Is that 9? Yes, it is. So 9 times 2 is 18. So I'm going to draw the dots this time as well. So I've got, this time I need 9 lots of how many dots? 2. You're right, 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've drawn 9 sets of 2 dots. I'll show you now. That's 1, 2, that's another 2, that's another 2, that's another 2, that's another 2, another 1, another 1, another 1, another 1. So I can count up in pairs, in twos, counting in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Because there's 2 dots in each red circle, so that's 18. Or I could count up in ones and just count all the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 9 times 2 is 18. 10 times 2. So we could count the pairs going all the way across. That's 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what number is underneath the 10th pair of socks? How many socks do we have there? 20. You're right, 20. I could count up in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I could use my fingers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Or you could draw the dots. Are you ready to draw so many dots? 1, 2. And we've got 10 groups. So I need 10 groups of 2 dots. So that's 1. That's another group. It's 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6 groups, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have to have 2 dots because it's 10 times 2. So that's 1 group. Check I've drawn the amount of the correct amount of dots. That's 1 group, 2, 3 groups of 2, 4 groups of 2, 5 groups of 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that what the question's asking me? You're right, it is, because it's saying 10 times 2. So let's count up in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Or we could just count up in ones if we wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 10 times 2 is 20. We've got 2 left. Keep going, everybody, and this will be a really good way of knowing our 2 times tables, or counting in 2s. 11 times 2. What's 11 times 2? So these are our pairs of socks at the top. So I've got 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs, 10 pairs, 11 pairs. And what number is underneath the 11th pair of sock? 22. Let's check if we're right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 22. So 11 times 2 is 22. 2 2s in a row. 2 sitting ducks, as they would shout in bingo. And then we have got 12 times 2. Wow, that's a really hard one. So 12 times 2. How many pairs of socks do we have on the line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got 12 pairs. So we've got 12 times 2 on the washing line. So how many socks do I have in total? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So 12 times 2 is 24. You can use your fingers. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. That's 10, 22, 24. That's 12. Or we could just count up in 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 12 times 2 is 24. You can use any method you want to. If it helps to draw a washing line and to draw the pairs of socks, you can do that to practice your 2 times table. If you just want to write out the times table like this, you can do that to challenge yourself. Though once you can do that, you could mix it up a bit. So you could do 3 times 2, 5 times 2, 10 times 2, and try to write down them as fast as you can, but in different orders. If you help to draw the dots and to draw out 12 lots of 2, you can do it that way. Or if it helps to do the repeat addition, so to know that 2 times 2 is the same as saying 2 plus 2 equals 4, you can do it that way, as long as you're constantly practicing them and doing it your own special way.